Hey everybody, Charlie here. Welcome back to Prison Architect. We have a whole new prison project to go through with the brand new Cleared for Transfer DLC. If you haven't heard about it yet, wanting a quick overview on what you can do with it, check the link in the description. Just posted a video about that. Sponsored by Paradox. Also, special shout out to Paradox for being so cool and sending me Cleared for Transfer for like 2 weeks in advance so I can get just like learn all the ins and outs about it and cook up some of the ideas in my head. So what is Cleared for Transfer and what are we going to do with this Prison Architect playthrough this time? Well, as you guys know, I like to do things a little bit differently every time I play. I want there to be something different about it every single prison. This time, we're implementing Cleared for Transfer. This DLC changes a lot about how you play the game. There are some content-related things that are in the game, but a lot of this has changed how I'm going to play. Also, the approach on how to organize and build, and it's going to change the behavior of inmates. So it does a lot of stuff, and it's a free DLC, which is super cool. So big props to Paradox for just like bring in some great functionality. There's still a really simple thing I wish they would have implemented they haven't done yet. So I'm just crossing my fingers and waiting for it. I'll tell you what it is when we get in the game. All right, so first thing, create new prison, of course. We're going large map because you can't play this game without going large map. At least I can't. And male or female prison, I'm still not really convinced that the whole, hey, we should have babies thing is like right for what I want to do in playing the game. And that's kind of what's going to happen if I take women. So we're going to go men again. And I like to choose, like I said, different things every time I play. So let's pick a different warden, one that we haven't used before. And I think we have Dr. Hudson, Dr. Slugworth, all these things. They're kind of interesting. Hudson's pretty interesting because she's prepared to do what no other warden can. Emergency services will be 20% faster and arrive earlier, and cost for repairs is reduced by 10%. I kind of like Hartman. He seems pretty cool. He's a former bailsman. Hartman passes down valuable training techniques to his security staff. All guards drop staff keys less often, and guard stamina replenishes on intake. That's kind of interesting, and it might allow smoother operation of the prison. It seems like a pretty more advantageous warden, which usually is what happens when you choose one of these. So cool, we'll try that. Haven't played him before, so it seems like it's good. And let's go with Dalmatians. He seems like a Dalmatian kind of guy, doesn't he? Maybe he could be like a cat, but cat person? Nah, we're gonna do Dalmatians. I can't bring myself to do cats. Okay, so Fog of War, we're gonna leave it on. This time, I think I want to try a desert plot, just because I haven't done one yet. So that's the only reason. Desert plot it is. We're going to generate forests, fine. We'll probably have cacti and stuff on the map. That's cool. I want to get failure conditions on, gangs on, criminally insane on, events on, prisoner transfers. This is the new feature. Allows you to set criteria that inmates must meet in order to be transferred or upgraded to nicer security sectors, blah, blah, blah. We are going to look at this extensively. If you have any questions about this DLC, first, watch the video. It's linked in the description. Second, ask it in the comment section if I didn't answer it in the video. There are some facts about this DLC that are not covered in the video because they're kind of not significant, and I don't know, they kind of pressured me for cramming down the time limit there. So I will go over some of those things. Weather and temperature on, staff needs on, and escape plans on. Everything else off. Mutators. I was gonna do, there were some things I wanted to maybe try with the mutators with this, but I'm actually kind of tempted to just not have any of them. I was going to do things like no pausing and dynamic reputations, and I don't know. I feel like I just want the pure. I want it to be just this pure, cool experience. I don't need to mix it up in with the mutators this time around. We did that before. We do that on Gang War. Maybe we'll do a prison next time that has a lot of mutators. This time, though, there's enough changing in the game right with this DLC that I think it's worth just going for it. So let's just do that. Let's just go for it. Pause the game right now. Take a look at our desert plot, okay? We have the single road right here. Deliveries, garbage, all that stuff. And there's no lakes or anything. I was very tempted to turn lakes on because that might create some sort of a different build requirement, but I'm going to pass on it this time around just for the sake of getting to start here. Prisoner intake, I'm going to go ahead and close that off the bat, and of course the standard start for us is to go ahead and get grants, basic detention, and administration, get that extra money to start off with. So there we go. We're going to start with $55,000. Planning lines. Let's run the walls. I think I'm probably going to go... Yeah, probably about right here. We'll bring these walls all the way down. Just want to get my markers set. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. All the way around. This is, of course, as far out as I can go on a single plot without expanding. We may expand land on this one. It's possible. I'm not opposed to it. Last time I was like, you know, it'd be nice to just do a single... Yeah, it'd be nice not to expand this time or something. But this time, I think we might. We'll see how big we can get this. I'm looking for garbage. There it is, just not highlighting. Let's actually bring garbage down to like maybe here for now. And deliveries, let's see, where do we want the intake and stuff to be? Typically, I like my intake to be early, get the prisoners off the bus quickly. Like any exports or garbage pickup or anything like that to be after the intake, so I can get people off the bus and get them into the system before dealing with any of the other stuff. So I think I'm just gonna keep with that pattern. I think it's a good thing to do. As far as deliveries go, though, what I'm actually thinking to do here with the design is I want to have like a big sort of like, I don't want to say like beautiful, but I want to have a nifty like courtyard almost in the front, almost like we're welcoming people to the place, you know? So let's see, I don't know, maybe we'll cut it off, let's say there, and let's say, I don't know, there. Maybe we'll do like, I don't know what, 9 tiles? This is more than 9. I think, I don't know. What do you think? Like, was 11 good? 9 actually looks a little short to me now. Maybe we'll go 13. 13 tiles. So if we do 13 tiles in the middle, then this would be kind of where our little courtyard would be, right? And the like all the prison and stuff would kind of go around that. So the walls would kind of come up that way. And then over here on this side, we'd have maybe administration buildings, offices, things like that, maybe staff rooms, utility closets, all that stuff. But it wouldn't be part of the actual prison. It'd kind of be this extra bit. Or we could maybe put visitation over here and let the prisoners get over here into this visitation area. That could be something. We could. Whoa, hello, different key there. We could look at that. That's not bad. So let's maybe not go quite so deep. How about like maybe right here instead? I think this looks okay. So we'll cut that about there. This will be like our little courtyard. How's that sound? So if that is the courtyard, that means this goes back like that, and this ends up being like this little sort of pathway that we're gonna have that people are gonna be walking down. We'll probably have different types of floor patterns and different types of, well, yeah, floor patterns is what they're called, flooring. Now we have different types of materials to build with. We have bamboo now. That's kind of interesting. We've got flowery fields, which is kind of the inspiration through like wanting this little courtyard is so I can get the flower beds and stuff. We may actually make this a little bit bigger. We'll see how it goes. There's also other types of walls and stuff. We'll get into that. There's also other types of objects, lots of different objects now. We're gonna get into all this stuff. It's very cool. All right, so the first thing we want to do is, I think I'm just going to start this with a foundation on, well, I mean, we've already laid out an area that we're not going to build foundation on, so we kind of need to figure out where we are building it on. I think if I build the initial building right here, all the way down like this, I think if I take this initial building, you know, let's actually go up this side instead. We'll come back one, kind of like that, and then we'll come in the middle. Now I need this to be lined up. So I want the door to be exactly in the middle here. I don't normally do that, and we're definitely not going to have symmetry the entire time. So for those of you who are veterans of the channel, you know, I don't really do symmetry. I'm not a symmetry person, so I'm not expecting this to be exactly in the middle. For the courtyard here, I think it would look best if it was lined up a little bit. So if there's purpose to the symmetry, then so be it. 5 there and 5 there. Yeah, this needs to go one more. So we'll go on this side, I guess. So this will be where the wall is. This will be the edge of that. And ultimately, that means that this can now come in like that. I believe that is centered. And then this will be the pathway. So we'll just go ahead and mark that pathway. And there we go. And actually, you know, I'll probably go one on the sides of there too. So that'll be end up where the whole courtyard is. We'll have some grass areas here, benches, and some decorations and things all around this little welcoming area. But in the meantime, until this is beautiful the way we want it, we are going to use this as our delivery zone because it'll make things a lot easier for people to get things in and the workmen and stuff to get things done. So in the meantime, that's deliveries. And so, since that is deliveries, this will be where we start our facility. So let's take a look. I do want to use brick this time around. There are more materials we could be using instead. The only reason I'm going to use brick is just ease of access. Every time I build a building, I don't want to have to click an extra more tab just to get to where we need to go. There's still no way to hotkey things. I want a hotkey system, please. Things I use most often. Give me 1 through 10 or something. 1 through 0. Put it right here. You got extra real estate right here, guys. Come on. The other thing I really wish they would do with this game is get the click prompt to be next to the mouse, not here. Right now, every time you click something, the actions are always way over here. I want them right on top of the mouse. Still haven't found a mod that can do that either, unfortunately. Okay, those are the two things I want, man. Let's take a look at brick buildings. So I think we'll start. Obviously, we want to start here as this middle. This will be reception, of course. So we'll probably have like security and stuff here too. So what if I go about like maybe like that? And then we'll have this go up here for now. Maybe about like, that ought to do it for now. And then we can also come off the side here. We can say that we go, yeah, all the way over here is fine. Okay, we don't want to go too far into just the foundations because we've got lots of stuff to build in the foundations. But let's take doors, and I want this front door to be, I guess we'll do this gray door here. And we're going to put that right there. That's the front door. I still wish there was like a better double door instead of this this barred door. I want like a double glass door. Now, I know there are mods, and they do add certain things. If you're curious about what mods are installed, I went really light on the mods because I have Cleared for Transfer as a new DLC. And in fact, as I record this, it's not even out yet. I have they might be changed on the day of release for all I know. So I went really light on mods. And if you want to know what we're using, it's this. No Stump, road sensors, and clearer needs icons. Those are the only ones that are active. We do have materials remaster kind of on deck. I might use that, but since there are new items here, I wanted to make sure there was consistency for the presentation. Office chair is redundant, comes stock in the game now, which is nice. We really don't need much of anything else. There is a garden mod, and I had the Fallout Vault mod that I could have put in, but for right now, no Stump, road sensors, and clear needs icons are good enough for me for the time being. All right, let's get them to build all of this. And then I want to start laying out where things are going to go off the start. So off the start, we have reception here. And I think reception will probably be, I think we'll do it on this side. So let's say there's, I don't know where it's going to be, but let's assume there will be a wall here. For the time being, let's assume there's walls here. And we'll say that reception is right inside the room. Initially, you're going to be kind of like maybe right here. So it's this whole zone right here. We can split this, not down the middle, but we can split this. And we can say one of these is like a staff room. No, because we have staff needs. One of these will be, let's go with security potentially. Because we'll have, I think we're going to have like a yard or something right here in the middle. That sounds like a good idea. We will obviously want cells and stuff. We could do a holding cell right here, actually. At least for the time being, we could do that. So objects. For the holding cell, let's put in some of these bunk beds. We'll put them maybe on this side here. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be good or for now. We could put some benches along the side wall, 1 and 2. We will have, let's go brick right here. Nope, that's foundation. We want brick walls here. Oh, and we absolutely, this is going to get real annoying if I don't do it now. We absolutely want to turn off auto lights, and we are going to dismantle all existing lights. Now, this does present the problem where you forget to install the lights, but more often, actually this one's fine. The more often than not, these lights will end up being over top of where I want to put walls. It's just the way the game naturally puts the lights in. Where the game naturally installs lights is almost always where I want to put a wall or something. So at least it wasn't that way this time, but I'm going to sort that out right now so I don't have to deal with it later. Storage, temporarily, we're just going to throw this over here. So if there's any spare lights or something, they can just throw them in the dirt over on that side. So let's get brick walls. We'll go like this, and let's have the double door happening. Doors is in another tab, right? We'll go like this. Actually, not that one. We'll go like this. Okay. So this will be... I'm going to keep hitting Q and E, I swear. We're going to hit... different game I've been trying out. Q and E rotates the camera, and I keep wanting to, like, rotate the camera. It's not going to happen. When you play multiple games, you know, if it's not like if you're not a one-game guy, you know, it's something that happens to you. Okay, I am going to put in a separate building over here. So this is a completely different building. And I want to lay out offices. Offices are 4x4. We're not going to deviate from that. So I'm going to say 6x6 should be 4x4 on the inside. Yep. So we're going to go like that. And let's extend that over to here. This will be sort of my office complex. 1, 2, 3, 4 wall. 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 For now, those 4 offices will be in a complex, but I also want this to be a hallway, and we're going to put in a utility area over here too. And actually, now that I look at this, I think I'd rather have this be reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4 wall. I think I'd rather have this be like this instead. So we're going to have one little sort of utility area. Oh, I was doing it on this side. Yeah, I was doing it on this side because I had reasons for it. You know what? Now I am gonna go back to the way it was. This is why we use the planning tool. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to go a bit more out. I think it's like this. And then it's gonna be basically where this goes. Yeah, we went one more too hard, so too far. This is okay though. Pop that there. And then we're also gonna pop it. Yeah, 1, 2, 1 space, and then this one here. So we'll do another one there, but I don't need it yet, so we'll just keep it in storage. I shouldn't have clicked, but it's okay. We'll keep it there. We're going to put 3 of these capacitors down right now, and we'll bring the power out to this area here for the time being. We're also going to want it to come down into this area too, but for now we'll install the power there. Now I am going to want, of course, a brick building in this, so there we go. And the main door for this place is going to be the staff door there. And also, let's say there, and I want it to be this. Does it need to be the same? Not really. Whatever, it doesn't need to be the same. And then we're going to put in a office building. Yeah, I think office desks. So let's get the room. Hold on. Get the room. Office. Yep. We have to wait for this building to complete first. And then we should have lights. Very good. As soon as this finishes, we'll probably move that door. Move that door there. Okay, we want the walls to get put in. And then, of course, we'll have it be there, and there. Let's get wall lights put in there. We don't need that. How about on this side? Yeah, we'll go on this side like this. Wall lights there. Give me offices. We'll start out with this one. And we want an office desk. We want a leather, not a leather chair. There's an office chair standard right now. And we're going to give an office chair to the warden. I'm also going to give one of the new windows to the warden too, I think. There is a window. Where is it? Do I have to unlock it? I think I have to unlock it. No, here it is. Window large. I want fancy windows. Should be a fancy window. Oh, maybe I have to unlock it first. Interesting. No problem. Large glass window it is. Right here. Warden has a large glass window, okay? Speaking of which, we're going to go ahead and hire Mr. What's his name again? Hartman. Hawk Hartman. We're going to hire Mr. Hartman. And we can now go ahead and grab finance. Very important. Okay, this is going to be our holding cell. So let's go ahead and get that done. Our holding cell will also consist of toilets on this side. And we are going to put showers over top of this, as well as drains. Absolutely. And that's going to cover all their needs in the holding cell, except for the water need, which I should probably actually put the water inside here too. Normally, I would put water more centrally located, but I'm like at the end of the day, I'm okay with placing another water pump. I don't care. So I'm just going to put this kind of right here. Gives a one tile gap between these two things, and we'll connect it like this. Okay, so we should have water as soon as we get the pumps running. I think we'll let's bring the thick pipe all the way in. Like, see, we're probably gonna have cells here, so I'm gonna bring the water pipe actually out this way, and then down straight, I think, and then over this direction. And then, right in this little gap, I'm going to pop a water boiler, and we're going to send hot water out this way. And we're going to provide this with power, of course, by going like that. All right, so we've got the holding cell. We'll need kitchen, canteens, all that stuff. I think we'll start with cells on this top piece. So why don't we take our standard cell design. I think it's tried and true. I don't have a problem with our standard cell design. So we'll just go in like this. We'll design these three for now, and then we'll just copy it. So let's go like this. Now, do I want great cells? Do I want this to be good quality cells? No. Why would I want that? I don't think I would want that. No, we don't need that. Let's go and use some of these cheaper materials. Now, normal brick walls or concrete walls are $50 a square. But if we go a little bit cheaper, $20 a square, we can get some of these derelict walls, rusty walls, slum walls, overgrown walls. It decreases the cell's grade. Prisoners are less into these types of walls. And that's okay with me. That's completely fine with me. You can be not into these. We can redesign these later if we want to, but for now, we're just gonna do the cheap stuff. And then we can also give them just a nice foam mattress. We don't even need to give them a proper bed. I'm gonna go, see, the regular beds are $200 a piece. Comfy beds are $800 a piece. You know the comfy beds, the ones we make in the workshop, right? $800 a piece to buy them. I wish we could create them and use the ones we make. I wish that was a thing. That's not a thing as far as I'm aware. But these foam mattresses are just $10. It's very nice. We're gonna use these foam mattresses for $10. For the toilets, we'll put those on the ends. Right here ought to be fine. And I'm actually gonna omit putting a shower in this wing. We're going to leave them with toilets in there, but I'm not going to give them showers in the cells for this wing. And we'll show you kind of how the DLC works throughout this process by doing it this way. I'm going to give lights in their cells. There. Let's go here. Here, and here. And I think that's kind of going to do it for what I'm going to give them in these cells. So let's lock these behind some doors. And then we can go with a quick build. Once we're done. Seems good, man. Let's go ahead and quick build. Oh, let me go like this. There we go. Go ahead and quick build this over like so. So this will create our first initial set of slummy cells, and I'm good with it. I don't need anything fancy in this little. We're gonna expand this prison as we go, of course. So this will all change. This won't look the same as we get bigger. This will all get renovated. But in the meantime, we're gonna go cheap. We only have 10 grand left, now 9. So we gotta go cheap. Rooms, I'm thinking, why don't we can get a canteen maybe put in right here. Seems simple enough. And we can start this off with a kitchen. This can be a kitchen, right? So let's go. Kitchens are easy. Yeah, it's actually easy to tear things down and move them later. So this could be a kitchen. It's kind of a big kitchen though, isn't it? I will need a staff room. We can put that over here, I guess. So for the time being, we'll have the staff room be here. It may end up staying here. We'll see. And we'll have the door be there. And we'll kind of come over and go like that. Staff room's going to have a serving table right away. And then we'll have benches and the table like that. Table there and there. And then we want some comfy stuff for our staff to do. What kinds of stuff would staff like to do? How about table tennis? How about table football? Can we just call it... Isn't it called foosball? I don't know. Maybe that's just an American thing. I think table tennis is a good fit for our staff. If they want to play some table tennis, we'll go put them there like that. And then we can always, of course, give them lots of good places to sit down. Comfortable seating is kind of a must for our staff. So we'll put this couch here and here. Just give them another place. And of course, a drink machine should go here. And let's give them a coat rack. Actually, a coffee table might be interesting. Why don't we give them a coffee table there? And a radio. Where's a radio? Radio. A water cooler could be good. Let's do that. And where's a radio? There it is. Radio in addition to the wide sofa here and here. Okay. So that's our makeshift staff room. For the time being, that will serve as a great place for our staff. Now, we're going to want to put lights in here, of course. So 1 and 2 should be plenty. Kitchen, of course, needs lights as well, there and there. Canteen will need lights there and there. Every cell has its own light. That's fine. What are we missing here? Let's probably bring that over this way just to cover it. And then the cells also need power. Actually, it looks like they're fine with power, doesn't it? Sure does. What they're going to need, though, is hot water. Or actually, they don't need it because they don't have showers in their cells. So instead, we can just put this hot water right there. Stick a boiler. Oh, there it is. There's the large, classy window. I was looking for that. And this improves, you can see it improves the grade of the cells, classrooms, dormitories, gymnasium. It improves grades. So if I want to make the cells better, I can put these windows in them. They face outside. We're not going to do that for these cells, but we could if we, wanted to give them something that made them happy for some reason. All right, so we've got all that. I think I'm going to need a couple of more capacitors. We're down to 3 grand. So maybe we focus on let's get this office done so we can get a grant and keep going. So we'll go like that. I don't need this chair though. I don't need that chair. And you know what? Whatever. It's fast to build it. Just do it. All right. So that will give us a second office, and then we can hire our accountant. Cost us $1,000, and now we get 5,000 for the grant. Good. We can accept a new grant now if we want to, and we're going to accept the staff well-being initiative. Seems like a good thing. Inmate health, a little more expensive. Criminal insane wing, a little more expensive. Reform through education is very expensive. We're going to do staff well-being. And staff well-being just simply needs us to have 5 guards without assigned duties. That'll be a very easy thing to complete once we're ready to rock. I seem to have missed that tile, so let's get that done. Okay, for the kitchen, with our 77 grand we have left, we're simply going to put 1 cooker in here for now. So we're going to go, let's say, there. Ought to be fine. 1 sink. We'll put it in the back there. Fine. Fridge. Let's get 2 along the back wall there and there. And we'll put a bin right here, as well as a staff door on the side. If I ever find the doors. That ought to be fine. We'll put it there. And then the rest of this will be just the wall itself coming all the way down. We'll have another staff door on this side, though, for ease of access for everybody. And then this will be the canteen. It's very easy. I'm just going to get a serving table popped in on this side. And we'll have our benches and tables set up for our inmates. Should be easy to put that like this. Okay, good. And then I think that's going to be all we really need for that grant. All we need, well, just to complete it anyway, we'll have to build a yard and a shower and stuff, but like whatever. So let's do the yard. Now, walls. It used to be fence, okay? But now you can have a fence with grass. So if you have grass beneath it, you can have that. But since we're in the desert, dirt will be appropriate. I'm going to go ahead and do one of these numbers. And this is going to be a temporary yard environment right here with a fence. No big deal. These will get cut down, and there's no tree for them to climb, so they'll have to come up with their own climbing stuff. So with finance done, we can go with the extra grant, and that will help us get more money quicker that way. We want to get the small pipe to there. And of course, we also want to make sure that all of our employees here are well taken care of warmth-wise. We're in the desert, so I don't know how the temperature and stuff is going to be messing with us there. I do know that in a lot of deserts, almost every desert, it does get quite cold sometimes, but I don't know how that will be reflected in the game. I also don't know how much rain we're going to see, whether it's just the look or whether it actually like does things, right? Are we going to get frequent rain, or is the desert actually act like that, you know? So we'll find out, because I haven't done the desert before. I do know that these are cheap cells. So we're going to do cell, and there we go. We've got cells laid on. We've got the holding cell there. All we need now is a dedicated shower, which is very easy, since I'm just going to go ahead and go shower. We're going to put it right here. And I'm temporarily going to add shower heads along this wall with drains beneath them. Call it good. That's all you need for a shower. And by doing that, we should have enough to get this grant. And there you go. All done. Right? Oh, we have to have 2 guards and 2 cooks, of course. Okay, staff, guard. 1, 2. Cook, 1, 2. Grant is done. Okay, so that gives us 10 grand. And we can go to cell block A, which is a lot of money. We just need to have prisoner capacity to 15. Currently it is 9, because this counts as a holding cell. We can bypass that requirement by just turning this into a dormitory instead. Done. Turn it back into a holding cell. It's really all it takes sometimes. Let's go. Grant. So we can do prison maintenance, visitation rights, cell block B. 50 wouldn't be too bad, but it's going to take a while to get that. What I'd rather do is things that we can complete quickly. And I think prison maintenance might be... Short-term investment would be very expensive now, but it would pay off really quickly. Let's do that, I guess, because we have pretty much everything else we need. So all I need now is to hire 1, 2, 3 more guards. I get that grant. Then let's go back to grants again, and we'll grab, I think cell block B is probably fine. We're about to unlock that you can do a 3rd grant thing. So let's grab the down payment, or the advance from that one at least. Program-wise, there's no need to have any yet because we don't have any prisoners yet. Speaking of which, why don't we get prisoners now that we have a full and complete little cycle here? Why don't we get some intake going? So numbers per day, I'm going to grab... let's grab 10 to start. And we're going to go with, let's say, medium. Let's say let's do... It's difficult to tell. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take normal first, but we're gonna set up the transfer criteria. I don't necessarily need to turn it on right now, but we're going to set up the criteria. So how does transfers work? It used to be that what you would do is in prison policy, which I need to unlock by going here. It used to be that with prison policy, we would determine what happens when a prisoner does certain things. For example, if a prisoner is violent and attacks staff, what happens to that prisoner? Do they go in solitary? Do they just go down to lockup or lockdown? What happens? Do they get upgraded for murder? That was all it was. And if a prisoner murdered someone and they got upgraded, that was it. They're in a higher security level now. And unless you manually change it, they're not going back down. What transfers opens up is the possibility for prisoners to earn the right to be downgraded by good behavior. So, for example, if someone is in maximum security and they would like to be in medium security, what do they have to do and what types of criteria do they have to meet in order to be downgraded, right? So in this case, let's say if you're in maximum security and you want to be back to medium, I need to see no staff assaults for 8 days at least. I need you to not have murdered anyone for at least 15 days, right? I'm gonna be pretty harsh on this one. No escape attempts for 10 days, okay? Trying to get it to come down to 10. I don't want to see any dangerous contraband in your possession for a week, right? Gang members, are they qualified? Are they disqualified? In this case, I'm going to allow leaders. I'm going to allow everyone who's not at least a lieutenant. So if you're just a regular soldier, you can be downgraded. You can go down. If you're a lieutenant or a leader, you are ineligible, right? Chance to reoffend. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off as a requirement. I don't have to judge them based on this. And programs passed. If you want to come down, you need to have participated and passed at least one program. If you haven't done that, you are unqualified. And you must meet all 6 criteria. Okay? So if a prisoner wants to come down, they have to do this. And they know the requirements, and they will act accordingly to try and get downgraded if there's motivation to do so. Currently, there isn't going to be. But as we expand, we will open up opportunities for them to want to act better. Okay? So that's our transfers. Right now, it doesn't necessarily matter. Our entire deployment isn't even possible. So these cells are open to everyone. So I'm going to take 10 medium security on the next intake. That's going to be tomorrow. Why isn't this working? Didn't I do... Oh, right. The pipe's right there. I was like, why can't you just, just use the big pipe, man? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cells, which means one of them is going to stay in the holding cell. I think I can take 15 instead. Let's do 15 of these guys. Now, 15 for transferring, if you want to transfer, right, from medium security to minimum security, what do you need to have proven? Well, if you want to be in minimum security, I need to see that you've gone another 10 days without attacking any staff. I need to see that you've gone 20 days, let's say, or 21 days, 3 weeks without committing murder on staff or inmates. I need to have to prove that you are not into escaping for at least, let's say, 2 weeks. Okay, so you need to be really good inmate if you want to be in minimum security. No dangerous contraband for, let's go with 9 days, it's fine. Gang members, all of them are disqualified. If you're in a gang, you're not allowed in minimum security, period. Estimated chance of reoffending. I want you to be down to 25% at the most. If you're over this, you need to keep working at it so that you can get to minimum. Programs passed, I want you to have passed 2 programs at least, okay? So there you go. Minimum is going to be a great place to be. Now, if I make these criteria too strict, it will deter prisoners from wanting to do them. If it's too difficult to get in, they won't want to do it. So we can adjust this on the fly as we go, right? But for now, that's what it is. Now, Supermax, if they want to get out of Supermax, then like there's a lot of stuff that has to happen there. And I don't anticipate them getting out of Supermax. But if they're in Supermax and they can manage to go through all of these, let's say no staff assaults for 2 weeks, 15 days is fine. This sometimes pings twice on one click. It's a little bit weird. You gotta have to play with it sometimes. I'm sure these are like little kind of like bugs, pre-release. I'm pre-release right now. Pre-release bugs that maybe will get worked out. Murder, same thing, 2 weeks. And escape attempts, I think same thing, 2 weeks. Yeah, good. No dangerous contraband. Yeah, I think honestly 2 weeks is all good here. Gang members disqualified, all except the leader. If the leader gets in there, I'm not letting him back down. That's your fault. You shouldn't have been attacking people. Estimated chance of reoffending. If you want to get down, I think it's okay. About, let's say 40%. The reason being because Supermax is not likely to be able to participate in programs, which is why there's no program requirement for them. And so they probably have a higher chance of reoffending. So what I want them to do is I want them to earn the ability to go down in here in maximum so that they can take this number down further, right? Promote them sort of like a stepping stone, right? So Supermax is probably going to be like 50%. So let's make sure they're at, let's say 50. 49 is good. And then they must meet all 6 of these requirements. Okay, so I've set them up for the future, and we'll look at that as time goes on. Let's get electrical going in here. We'll go like that for now, and then I don't think we'll have a fire, but it is random events. Random events are a thing in the game, so why don't we make sure we have sprinklers right through here. Also, huge thing, I don't know if this matters to people, but you can scroll the mouse on this now, okay? I remember having to do this every time, right? You had to grab this and go. You can scroll, you can scrub the mouse now, okay? I'm just saying. These are sometimes you get some good changes in here. Let's get that going. Let's get that going. And let's make sure these guys are taken care of with warmth as well. I don't think it's necessary, but it's 7C. 7C seems pretty cold. So, okay. I think it's here. Yeah. Also, we'll need the pipe to be there, and it'll be here. So I'll just go straight up from there. It's fine. All right, so we'll have that. Warmth will be taken care of there. Also, warmth will need to be taken care of down here as well, most likely. So let's get a radiator put in there. And I think it's there. I don't remember where it is. I can't remember these things. I don't know where they are. Looks like the holding cell is going to get hot water after all. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, so there's the basics of our prison. For now, this gets way wackier, guys. There's a lot more I'm gonna like. This is gonna be huge. This is gonna be so good, and it'll be fluid too because of the transfer system. We're gonna have every single security level, all the different security sectors are gonna be set up, and it's like some really cool. Again, watch the video linked in the description of this video to learn all the changes that come with Cleared for Transfer. It's a substantial change. I think it's very much worth it. Considering it's free, everyone should have this. There's no excuses. You should be downloading this DLC. There's just, like, it's free. It's very cool that they made it free. They really, realistically, they should have charged for this. I think they should have, honestly. I know. Trader! I'm just saying. I think it's worth, like, $5. I think you could have charged $5 for this, and it would have been worth it, and it would have sold. All right. I'm just saying. Okay, so we'll have one more guard, and psychiatrist isn't something we want right now. Let's grab another room here. We'll go like that for the office. We'll just build the offices. It's fine. And now we're currently operating at 800 cash flow, negative 800 cash flow. But we're about to have more people. Now, before we get more people, we got to have a reception area. We don't even have that yet. What the hell am I doing? Come in here like this and like this. Good. And then this is going to be reception. You know what? It's fine right here. It has to be office desk.
Hello, welcome to the prison. Come on in.
Make yourselves at home. Small table. We'll go there and there, as well as here. That's a fine spot for everything. I don't see a problem with any of this. So once they install all of this, we now have a proper reception area to greet our new esteemed guests. I'm not even entirely sure if I'm using that word correctly. I believe I am. Yeah, I believe I am. Let's put a wall light here just because, and we'll put a wall light over here just because too. And then we probably want to put some lights like that and that. All right. So prisoners are going to come in on a bus. And I think we're probably, just to help with the whole matter of escaping, we can go ahead and put in a fence. Or start getting a fence laid in here. All the way down through this. And let's put it this way for now. It's just a really cheap fence. I know it's kind of expensive, but it fully locks in the place. So if they want to get out, they have to climb. We're going to require that they climb if they really want to get out. And then in order to reach the yard, since there's no way in, we're going to need a door. So we're just going to put in a... let's put a jail door, let's say, here on this side. And we'll put another one in the holding cell. Nah. That'll be fine, just like that. Let's grab maintenance. And I also want to grab micromanagement. And then we'll also grab bank loan. She can work on the bank loan. And then I'll grab security after that. All right, so we got our prisoners. Here they are. All these fresh fish. They're going to love their stay in their new cells. They're going to love it, guys. All right, now, this is the part where we also probably want to look at temporarily. We're just going to get a few, like, derelict walls here, I guess. We're going to maybe get, like, just a couple solitary cells and put in. Just a few. We'll put this like that. And then we'll put the solitary doors on them like this. Just a couple solitary cells so that people who are awaiting solitary don't have to, like, wait any longer. And then I want the workmen to work on this first before the fence. And there they are. They're in their new cells with their foam mattresses. They'd be like, dude, what is the deal? I have to stay here? Do I seriously have to stay here? Yes, you seriously have to stay here. Welcome to your new home, okay, inmate? Welcome to your new home. We're going to have one more staff in here. And it looks like we got enough room for all of them. Nah, these guys are going to end up going and staying in the holding cell. And actually, it's probably better to get security first before maintenance. I think so. We're going to put a pause on that and have security researched first instead. And then inside this little makeshift yard, I want to give them some stuff. So how about we give them... We'll give them some bleachers to sit on. In the back side here, like this. We're going to want to give them, let's say, this tire apparatus. I love this. Some of the prisoners insist that they have a way to practice their climbing. Caters to the exercise need. Also improves the yard's grade, right? So other rooms can have grades now, not just cells. We'll put the tire apparatus there. And then I'm going to put a couple of phones over here too, just so they can get their family need. I don't have visitation yet, so I have to wait on that. We'll go ahead and close intake for the time being until we've expanded a bit more. We have $59,000. So what I think is best, once this fence is put in, it's going to take a bit of time, but they're working on it, is we're going to go ahead and expand the walls out this way and get this whole place covered in and, like, built and surrounded to where the yard is going to be in the middle of it. We're going to have a yard right here in the middle of all of this. And eventually this kitchen is going to be repositioned and, you know, stuff gets moved around. New cells will be put in over here and all that stuff. But we are going to save that for the next video. So this one is going to be a fun one, guys. I know it's actually starting, it's very different from my other prisons already, but this one's going to It's going to be nice. I think you're going to like what we have going on for this. Come on back for the next one. Thank you very much for watching. If you do like the video, I ask that you please give the video a thumbs up. It's the first of a new series. It helps it greatly get it up there in the search ranks. I imagine lots of people will be getting their hands on Cleared for Transfer soon. I'm planning to get probably 10 videos up in the first 3 days. So I hope you're ready to be flooded with videos, because chances are the second one is already up even as of talking this out. So maybe not. You're probably quick. If you're in the notification squad, click the bell. Get yourself in there. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.